All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of DeFonzie's Garage. What are we doing today? I can tell you it has nothing to do with cars. All right, guys, this is our project right now, Troy-Bilt Snowblower. Give you a little bit of background to this. I've had this unit for a few years now, and it doesn't matter what I do, whether I run this thing dry, whether I put a little seafoam in or fuel stabilizer. You let it go and you don't start it very often, especially after the winter. It doesn't want to start. Excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So no matter what I do, whether I just go to prime it, you can clearly see that it's in the run position. I do have the key. No matter what I do, it will not start. Got nothing. Even has the electric start right there. When I go ahead and do that, I go ahead and plug it in and push the button. Nothing. So what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to show you that we can go ahead and actually drain out all the fuel right in here. And we're going to go ahead and pull this carburetor off. So stay tuned. All right, guys. What we're going to go ahead and do first, I went and I got this turkey baster from the dollar store, and basically what that's going to allow me to do is I'm going to be able to go ahead and siphon the gasoline from the snowblower into the gas can. I also have a pair of gloves, which is definitely recommended with something like this. But all I'm going to do is unscrew the gas cap right here so I could go ahead and take the gasoline from the snowblower and put it right into the actual gas can itself. All I'm doing is taking the turkey baster, I'm just squeezing the end of it right there. It's going to go ahead and fill up with gasoline, and then I drop it right into the actual gas can. Alright, guys, the next step is to go ahead and get the tools that we're going to need. You're definitely going to need a socket set for easy access. I'm going to go ahead and get a ratchet as well. 10 millimeter is the tool that we're going to go ahead and need. We also need an extension, so that's not going to hurt either. One of the most important tools that we're going to need, because we need to clean out that needle that's in there, that's what's pretty much gummed up, and that's the reason this doesn't run in the first place, is I have a wire bristle brush. Say that 5 times fast. And basically what that's going to do, I'll go ahead and show you right here. That is the most important tool that I have right now, because without that, we're not going to be able to clean what we need to clean. And it's gummed up. It's basically gasoline that is gummed up in there, and that's why this thing won't fire off like it should. So here it is right now. We'll go ahead and we'll get that started. All right, guys, now that we got all of the gasoline siphoned out of there and disposed of it properly, the next step, and this is probably going to be a little hard to see, is right here. You're actually going to see our throttle. We want to get this in the middle. There's literally a gap in here, and I'll show you that when I go ahead and take this off. That basically is going to allow us to pull this cover off in one fell swoop, and we just need to pull this back just a little bit. But hang in there. Alright, guys, now we're actually going to go ahead and use the tools. We're going to grab our 10 millimeter. As you can see right there, there's a top bolt 10 millimeter that you're going to go ahead and loosen. and that's going to go ahead and take off this front cover. There's one literally right below that. Is also 10 millimeter. You're just going to go ahead and unscrew that and pull that bolt out. The ones that are on the side are going to be the ones that we're going to need the extension for. I'm going to try and get a better angle on this so you can actually see what I'm talking about. But you want to go ahead and make sure that those are loose so you can pull them right out. I just set them on the ground there just because I didn't want to lose them. So here's the extension right here, and you'll see I have to go ahead, and there's one right on the inside right there, and there's one literally right below that. And once we go ahead and get those loose, we could go ahead and pull this cover off. Now keep in mind, like I said, there is where the throttle is, there's a little notch in this plastic, and basically that's going to allow you to take that cover off and pull it through. I'll try and go ahead and get a better angle on that so you're able to see it. You can see me go ahead, and I'm actually pulling this up right now so you can see it. There's that last bolt, but right where that throttle is a little notch right there where my hand is. If you move that right to the center, it'll go ahead and allow you to take that and remove that cover off once you get that fourth bolt off. But again, 10 millimeter for everything. It's much easier to go ahead and use a socket and ratchet on something like this. And last but not least, I want to go ahead and show you, once I go ahead and unscrew that last bolt, I want to go ahead and you have to pull, there's a little knob on the top. I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. But basically what that's going to do, that little knob needs to come off right where my hand is. And you want to take it off exactly like you put it, or you want to put it back on exactly like you took it off. Same rotation, same direction. But make sure you put that knob somewhere that you don't go ahead and lose it. That is our choke and our run position. So you want to make sure we have that as well. And all I'm doing now is I'm just going to get it flipped up so I can actually show you the bottom where the bowl is. That is actually also 10 millimeter, right where I'm pointing. There's two bolts that are on the bottom there. You want to get the one that's in the middle, the one that does not. All right, guys, this is the next step right here. So I went ahead, I took the bolt off right here, 10 millimeter bolt, pulled that off. Now there's the inside right here. Now in order to get that needle out, we need to get a flathead screwdriver, and I know it's gonna be hard to see, but that flathead screwdriver is gonna go right up in here and pull that needle out. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and pull that needle in that seat out of there. That's basically what's causing this to not run, you know. So as you can see, I went and I put the snowblower back down. You want to grab that flathead screwdriver and you want to just kind of wedge it up there. This has a tendency to get stuck in there, and that's just from the old gasoline sitting in there. But take that flathead screwdriver, it's sitting on the ground like right now, and then just go ahead and just move it up and down a little bit so that needle actually just hit the ground. You know, you want to make sure that you're able to see what you're doing. But once that hit the ground, go ahead and pull that snowblower back up. This is the culprit right here. This is why this snowblower does not run. Those two items right there are clogged. So we want to go ahead and grab our wire brush, and you're basically just going to move it in and out, just like that. And you're going to get all of the grime that's in there, and basically it's just old gasoline. But that's why this thing is not running. It's clogged. Go ahead, get your wire brush like I'm showing you right here, and you're just going to move it in the needle and just go back and forth just like that. You'll actually see on the wire brush the old gasoline that comes out on it. And then literally the last step is just rinse and repeat. You want to put it together just like you took it apart. So you're going to put the needle back in there. You're going to go ahead and get everything tightened, everything buttoned back up. And that's pretty much it. You know, I'm hoping all goes well and we're ready for our first fire up. But 10 millimeter bolts on the sides and in the back and in the middle there. And then you want to just make sure that you go ahead and you put your choke and your run knob right back on just like you took it off. But that's literally it. nothing. Alright guys, so it just goes to show you, you don't need to be a master mechanic in order to do this kind of stuff. Some common sense, but other than that, you don't need anything too crazy. Hopefully I was able to help out a few of you guys with these snow blowers. Like I said, for me, every year it's been a known issue. Whether I run it dry or whether I put, fuel stabilizer or seafoam in it, every year I'm doing something like this. So if you like the content, make sure you like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching.